Welcome back to Midweek Point and Click. We have returned. Audio issues have been fixed. I can hear Steve. How you doing, Steve?
Hey, can everyone hear me now?
Beautiful. There you are. Your dulcet tones echoing through the ages. Well, we are on episode 13. Let's start from the top. Episode 13, which is the unlucky number in Christianity, I believe you said, Steve.
Yeah, so just before I was cutting off, so because I mentioned you said it was unlucky, but it's lucky in Norse culture, Old Norse culture. Christianity, I believe, this could be a different reason. You never know where it comes from, but the thing I heard that seems reasonable is because, maybe not Christianity, but Western countries, but it mostly, the idea is it comes from there being 12 disciples, so there'd be 13 if you included Judas, and hence why that's an unlucky number.
Ah, right, gotcha.
But it's lucky within Norse, I believe, because it's roughly how many moons there are in a year.
Okay.
Which, and it's never exactly 13, but that makes the number more magical and mysterious.
Right. Yep. Makes sense. I always, for some reason, I associated 13 with the buildings. They don't have floors, level 13 floors. Or
that already comes from the number being unlucky. But I was going to mention that some Western countries, I'm assuming they don't do it anymore, but you'd not have a 13th floor.
Nice. Alrighty. Well, once again, Artie Fine, thank you so much for your sub, and thanks guys for hanging out. We are going to do the recap of what we did last time. Steve?
I do. Just on the 13th floor, because any excuse to talk about Babylon 5. There's an episode of Babylon 5 called Grey 13, which the concept is because the station has sections, grey, green, blue, and then several levels. And there's 30 levels to each thing, except grey section has 29. And they said, is it one missing from, is it just offset or something's in the way? Or there's a section being used for something else, so there's only a few floors. And they go, no, it's taking up the exact same space as the others. There's just 29. We don't know where that comes from. Maybe they're slightly bigger, the floors. Yeah, we've never figured it out. And so the security chief goes into the elevator at grey 1, and the elevator takes him down to it. And he goes grey 2, and as it's moving, he goes 1, 2, 3, grey 3, and then it starts moving. He's going 1, 2, 3, and it stops. Keeps doing that and that until he gets to 12, and he goes grey 13. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it stops. So he stops it in between 12 and 13 to find out, and then forces the doors open to find out there's a real grey 13 that's in between the things. And basically, when the station's constructed, these hackers made up their own floor and rigged up the elevators so that it wouldn't go to that number, and they have their own little cult. Well, they had it's like not just Hulk hackers, it was like a cult down there that had this floor to themselves. It was like a very interesting concept. And also the investigative thing of counting how much time there is between floors.
Cool.
To see where the gap is.
Excellent. Welcome in Space. How you doing? Steve, you want to give Spacer a shout out? We'll give Verdantry a shout out too, actually. We've been very lazy with the shout outs recently. I guess with all the sort of pressure of things, it just slips my mind, and it really, yeah. No worries at all. Did that work? Is it exclamation mark?
That works.
Or is it forward slash maybe? Can't remember. It's been a long time.
All right. Tell because my screen was also frozen because I still had it open from the
dragon. That's true.
Oh no.
We disconnected.
Hang on.
The work?
I need to never invite Spacer to my rock.
I can hear Spacer's voice. Somehow. There's no clip or anything. I just hear his voice. Wow. What a pleasant surprise that was.
Okay, I already forgot.
Yeah, same.
Which is which.
That's weird. Oh, it's behind.
That goes outside. Okay.
Is that it there? Behind? It is. Alright. I'm just gonna move some stuff. Doesn't make any sense though, because it's on the top. I'll just move this up. Ah, there it is. Alright, we're moving this all the way at the top. Let's give him another one in a second, just for good measure. We're gonna get back in the habit of shouting people out because we love y'all. All right, you wanna do it again, Steve? Should be good now.
I'll switch to Verdantry and then back to Spacer.
For sure, for sure. I'm gonna tell you a little story in a second too. Oh yeah.
Oh shit!
It's like if you know there's a
Fuck
bird,
that
you
up.
throw it at a
You did.
dragon. That's true. That's true.
All right, you are playing
Remind me to never invite Spacer to my rogue palace.
Deja Vu 2. Finished the first one. Haven't played the second one at all. I'm guessing it's the same clip too.
Okay, I already forgot which was which. That goes outside. Okay, this goes to the cashier.
Hell yeah. All right, and you want to give the old Verdantry a correct one, Steve?
Yep. At least I spelled his name right. I almost did the wrong spelling.
What is this?
Hey, I know those
Hell?
two.
Who is this?
Fuck if I know.
Oh, Jesus. There you go. Oh, that's right. You wanted that sound clip, Verd. That's why whoever did that. Shouting out me in the same time. I can't do that. That's against the rules. So, I went and saw a movie last night at the cinema for the first time in a very long time. Can you guess what that film was?
I was gonna pick. There was one that came up as obvious, but then I realized if I had to bet, it'd be Alien Romulus.
Exactly. Does anyone want to hear my thoughts on Alien Romulus? Non-spoiler
Yeah.
thoughts. Okay. The movie is excellent, apart from two minor things. And it's not a story or a plot element. It's more... There was one sequence with really bad CG. Like really bad. And you'll know it if you ever see the movie. But everything else was excellent. The tone was off the hook. The tone felt like Blade Runner, like the original. It had that sort of oppressive sort of... Yeah. They used miniatures, they used puppets, minimal CG, where they used puppets when they could actually use puppets. And yeah, it was a great time. I really enjoyed myself. Of course, spoiler free. Yeah, I wouldn't spoil anything. But they really tried to make it you not want to see it. Yeah, I steered clear of the trailer. In fact, that was so good. I don't know if any of you guys have seen the trailer. If not, then you're in good hands. If you haven't looked anything up about the film, going in completely blind like I did, there was a lot of surprises like, oh my god, this and this, that and that. It was so good. The two main actors, very good acting. Especially dude.
I've heard the guy that plays the android is really good.
Yeah, like unbelievably good. Never seen him before, but yeah, very cool. Against you, Will. Yeah, gotcha. I highly recommend seeing it. It's just cool. It's not going to win any Oscars or anything like that, but very cool. Alrighty, let's go ahead and do a recap, Steve. I will fill in the blanks where you may forget. If you want to give your 2 cents on what we've done recently. Oh, you need to share. I need to share the screen with you too.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could probably share while I do the thing.
Yeah.
Has anyone heard about or seen Herman's Head? That's what I remember every time someone mentions Inside Out.
Yes, I remember Herman's Head. It had
like,
Liz Smith from Simpsons in it.
Yeah, with Hank Azaria, so 2 Simpsons cast members in it too. Yeah, because it's like the adult version of Inside Out, where it's like the people, you see the people that represent parts of the guy's personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was trying to think before. There's mostly flashbacks because I think there was I think there was a huge section with Nate that we finished with the Temple of Lorem Ipsum.
Yep.
So we got all that done. I think the major plot point was we got the Archmage. We fixed him.
Mm-hmm.
In order to fix him, he needed a kiss from a virgin, so that Ivo is now being redeemed because she's. Was that the episode we woke up Ivo? Yeah, it was.
We did. Yep. We did a whole lot last time.
We did the monkey Island 2 style, traveling between islands while doing regular point and click stuff. We woke up Ivo by showing her bitch mother that it was probably wrong to keep her asleep.
Yep. Do you remember how we did that?
It is her son. Yeah, reminded her that it is her son inside Ivo. And then Ivo helped us to get the Archmage to the point where we could get him back to life, and he needed one kiss to turn him from a frog, even when he was sentient, turning from a frog to a human, from a virgin, and she redeemed herself by kissing the frog and turning him human, thus proving that she is still a virgin, even though she's pregnant. Which is then, I guess it's weird, the virginity thing. I guess, like, I was going to say it's weird that Nate necessarily wants that, but I guess the concept would be if she's pregnant, it's that she's cheated on him. Mm-hmm. So it proves she didn't do that. But yeah. I think we got. Trying to think if we got much further than that. I don't think we did. He gave us the orders on what to do next, which is a more fetch questing.
We have to get the Book of the Dead from with Wilbur, which is why we're in Wilbur's hands now. But something huge happened before we moved to Wilbur. Do you remember what that was?
No, I thought we just got sent off. I don't remember.
Old Nate was turned to stone. He did a bodyguard trick and jumped in front of the Archmage and took a stone bullet to his body and turned into a statue himself. And then the Archmage also decided to do a Luke Skywalker and get his Force Ghost out of his own body to sort of hang around a little bit.
Yep.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. So this, I believe, is the last chapter. So I feel that we'll either finish it today or we'll finish it next week, depending on how long this chapter is. So how about we get cracking? We're fresh in here, so it's that really good juicy moment of a adventure game where you go around just collecting everything you see. In fact, Space, is that one of your favorite parts of an adventure game? Where you're just wandering around collecting things and then you work out what they do later on?
It's hard to say how old the village is. Might have been here at the edge of the woods for hundreds of years. The village looks pretty run down. Nothing but makeshift repairs everywhere, if any. The village looks pretty run. Nothing but...
I just realised we never used the hammer and chisel, did we?
No, I guess we didn't.
I wonder if we used that on Nate's statue or something. I don't know.
Fired bricks for building houses. Presumably there's a source of clay close by.
Source of clay?
The house of a craftsman, it would appear. Wooden boards, bricks, and over there a bit of thatch and a few roof tiles. There hasn't been a fire in that furnace for years. And considering how crooked it is, I should take care that it doesn't fall in on top of me.
New houses never really have chimneys, do they? It's like chimneys just
Not
like
anymore.
obsolete.
Yeah, I think they're also made from other heating methods.
Someone still seems to be living here, though. That bed sheet hasn't been hanging there for long.
Can we steal the bed sheet?
Someone's...
Oh.
Plus that in well, they're also like if you have them in the countries with a wood heater, they're replaced by flues, which I guess are the same. I've never understood, like, other than I understood the difference other than flues can be closed, I guess.
I think a flue is for like a potbelly stove rather than a fireplace.
Spooky.
Yeah, it's like more enclosed, but they still function the same in terms of getting the smoke and heat
Yeah.
out.
I wonder why people in the far-flung villages can never put the gravestones and crosses in straight. Can't they use a square or a level, or, you know, just their eyes?
That's pretty good. Let's go into swords and potions. Sounds like an indie game.
This is the only building in the village with a light on. Seems to be some kind of general store. Hello? Anyone home?
Go away! You're not having my head!
I don't want your head. I just want a bit of information.
Begone, headless horseman!
Oh,
You won't
wow.
fool me!
Headless horseman. I love headless horseman stuff.
I think Wilbur could do with a little head, despite his protests.
Jesus.
Hey, there's a headless horseman out here.
Oh, yeah, as if you didn't know that. He's hunting me. He wants my head so he can put it on his own shoulders.
Are you sure it wants your head? Or just anyone's head? I mean, what do you think he'd do if he saw a gnome with a fine big head?
Just go away, you fiend.
Did you ever see that? There was a short story. You know F. Murray Abraham from Amadeus?
Yep.
He did a Headless Horseman short video, spooky story video. And as a kid,
really?
it terrified me.
My name is Wilbur Weathervane. I'm a gnome, live in Seastone. I just want to ask you a few questions.
Oh, yeah, of course. A gnome from Seastone walks into the dark woods on his own and just wants to ask a few questions. Oh, yeah.
I am not alone. I'm with a living skeleton, a zombie, a robot, and a talking rat. There's really no reason to be worried.
Enough! Begone, demon!
That delivery before, the line, not that one, but the one before, was very Monty Python-ish.
You know what? I was thinking this sounds Monty Python as they were talking, so yeah.
Yeah, I think there's, I can't remember which one, but like some of the characters have that, the way it trailed off the end of like the, oh, like,
Can we talk inside? Then we wouldn't have to shout.
Oh, now I get it. You're the devil. You can't enter my shop without me inviting you.
She's a devil woman.
I'm
That's
not the devil.
vampires.
Promise.
Yeah, the devil's second best trick is making you believe he's not the devil.
That's ridiculous. I'm going to open the door now.
Oh wow, it's not even locked.
Hello?
Die, monster!
Oh,
You could have hit me.
Don't move!
you gotta
Aren't you
reload.
supposed to say, don't move first and then shoot?
Oh, no psychokinetic energy. You're not magic.
We'll rub it in.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
Who are you? What do you want here?
It's like the Resident Evil 2 intro. Freeze! Who are you? What are you doing here? Hold your fire, I'm a human. Sorry about that, babe.
Excuse me, your name is?
Whale. Tim Whale.
And you own the shop.
Oh, yes, sir, yes. And I'm the mayor of this beautiful village. And the priest, the fireman, the landlord, the coachman, and the smith. I also teach netball. Yes, I do.
Ooh, sounds like you're a busy man.
Has its perks. We usually reach a swift consensus in council meetings. Hey, maybe you'd like to move to Somberville. I can offer you the post of bailiff.
Somberville.
I'm not staying here for any longer than necessary.
It's the nameless terror lurking in the woods, right? I can't blame you, no.
I just noticed something in the background. This looks awfully familiar. It kind of looks identical to something else. I actually kind of wonder how they got away with it.
it says
As I
spikes on the
said,
top.
my name is Weathervane.
Yeah.
Wilbur Weathervane. I'm searching for
And
information
teeth,
about
so
a
it is like an
certain
orc's helmet, but yeah, it
Van Buren.
looks-
You must have lived there quite a while ago.
It's interesting, just the shape alone of the face part.
Evil character. Oh, you shouldn't get involved with people like that.
He's not still alive, is he?
No, he's been dead for more than 30 years. I remember how the grown-ups marched up to the castle with pitchforks and torches. Really traditional-like. Well, in retrospect, if they hadn't killed him, we might not have been cursed.
Can't tell if you're being facetious or not there, Verdantry.
Van Buren cursed you?
The whole village. Everyone knew he was doing unholy
Maybe a
experiments
little bit
in his
harder on the
castle.
Twitch stream.
But in principle, we
Try
got
some
on all right
mobile.
with each other. I mean, we'd never have stormed his castle if the paladins and the mages hadn't spurred us on. They said it was our duty to help them against evil.
They must have been the same as those who were fighting the cult of the Nameless One.
Whoever they were, they disappeared once the sorcerer was dead and left us to deal with the curse on our own.
It is literally a stormtrooper helmet with a few spikes on the forehead and some horns on the side.
Some like tusks, yeah.
The curse makes people disappear.
Not exactly. This has always been a special place, you know? I mean, for example, it's always night here and the moon is always full. The woods and the mountains confuse the senses, things like that. You could say the people in this region are used to quite a lot. But after the sorcerer was killed, oh, it was different.
The Headless Horseman?
Oh, not just him. Others too. Repulsive creatures. They come from the woods and hunt us. One after the other was snatched and dragged into the woods. I'm the only one left.
It's always night here in the village. That's just crazy.
And why is that crazy? In other places, it's always summer. Summer up north, there's an island where it always rains. Here, it's always night. Oh, some people come to the region especially, just like how others move to warmer climes. I mean, for example, a gentleman moved into the castle some years ago. A count, in fact. He doesn't seem to have a problem with it always being night and a full moon.
It's a Dracula.
Short for climate.
The castle up on the mountain over there. That's where the sorcerer lived.
Yeah, that's where he lived. And that's where he died.
Then that's where I have to go.
Good luck. You'll never find the way through the mountains.
Fancy showing me?
You mean leave my shop? While the Headless Horseman is out there waiting for me? Oh, never.
Okay.
I'm the very last one who still lives in this village. Oh, some fled, but most... Oh, when I die, the village dies. Yeah, and what would my forefathers say about that, eh?
They'd be very upset.
As mayor, I'm sure you've a plan how to stop the Headless Horseman, right?
Oh, of course, yeah. I've sent a bounty hunter after him, yes.
That could prove difficult to achieve, for several reasons.
Oh, maybe you want to try your luck.
No, I'm not a bounty hunter, and also I don't have the time. I've got to find a book so I can destroy a magic wand.
Oh, well, if that's more important than saving Somberville from extinction, then go ahead. Yeah.
Thanks for your help. We'll be leaving for the castle early tomorrow.
There is, of course, a problem.
Uh-oh.
What? Knowing when tomorrow is?
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm talking more about the hidden ravines, razor-sharp rocks, wobbly cliff ledges, and secret paths. Easy. You can't reach the castle if you don't know the way.
Ah, I know how this works. I have to reach the castle on a matter of utmost urgency, and you're the only one that can help. And you just happen to have a problem with the Headless Horseman. But you know what? Not this time. Because if I let myself be distracted from my actual task, something bad will happen to one of my friends. I have a clear goal, and I grew up in the mountains. I'll find the way without any help. Good day. Good night.
I said, good day, sir. Ooh, what's he looking at? All right.
Just
Now
looking
that
under
I'm not a
the
mage anymore, perhaps I
couch.
should try to become a powerful warrior. I think I'd look quite good in some armor like that.
At first, it looked like he was going to try and suck himself off, but he's just under the
Jesus.
couch.
This helmet here looks like what the orcs wear in Warhammer Old Blood, or whatever it's called. With the big, huge metal jaws.
Hey, there's an Kelly helmet.
I guess the barrel is
trying
full
to
of
look
some
for
kind of
references in the
acid or
background.
holy water, or something else that the mayor thinks will protect him from intruders.
Yeah, let's see what there are. We have... There's a bear trap, a horseshoe, standard barrel. We've got 2 scimitars. I don't know if it's meant to be like maybe drizzed or something like that. We've got a skull. Fuzzy dice. A dream catcher. A voodoo doll. What are they called? Crystal ball. Some Viking lady armor.
Yeah, I
This
don't know
looks
if that's just a general joke about the revealing women's armor, women warriors armor, or that's probably what it is. Because I was wondering if the horns are specific, but it's actually, I think, the 2 pieces of armor. Because I was going to recognize the one to the right, but I think it might be just a general thing about the difference between male and female warrior.
Possibly,
where the
yeah.
male's like all armored up and spikes coming out, and then the female one has a just a bikini, but also big tits.
We also have like a World War II helmet with some goggles on it. We have a sword that looks very, very, very much like Kratos's chain thingies. We've got a Morning Star at the top. We've got the Stormtrooper helmet. We've got a couple of shields. Is this the Ned Kelly helmet you were referring to?
I don't know who Timo is.
I don't know who
Well, some of
Timo
them
is.
it's like it's always hard to see what's a reference sometimes, just because like that sword next to the door.
This?
I was wondering if that was a reference, and I realized it's so generic that even if it was something specific, it could be multiple things.
Oh, we can actually look at the skull.
That must be from something like a wild boar sheep cow. Maybe Mr. Whale would be a bit less scared if he didn't surround himself with such creepy things.
That's true.
I don't think the shop is doing well. Sure, a motley selection of armor, weaponry, food, and magic posters always tends to work. But if the shop is stuck out in the middle of nowhere and no one is sending heroes to the area, then who is going to buy all this stuff?
Ooh.
A crossbow is a devastatingly effective weapon. At least it is, if you manage to hit something.
I love the
Hey,
crossbow.
I
in,
just sell the
Dungeon
weapons.
Born.
I don't know how to use them.
What's that?
In Dungeonborn, that sort of like Hunt Showdown-esque type dungeon crawler on
Okay,
Steam
yeah.
that's free.
Yeah.
I'm always running around with a crossbow. Meanwhile, what is it? Verdantry, you use magic in that one. When I played it with Sav, he's a druid.
Statistically,
the
if you have a
character reload
crossbow in
with
the
their
house,
hands?
you're more likely to shoot yourself than a burglar.
There's like a lever thing.
Well, statistics are made by people who don't live in a cursed village.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, in video games how there's always those levers to shut down electricity, which is like a Y-shaped thing, and they pull it down. It's kind of like one of them.
A crossbow is a devastatingly effective weapon.
Can we take it
At
there?
least it is, if you manage to hit something.
Hey, I just sell the weapons. I don't know how to use them.
I do want that.
The shelves seem to be some kind of catch-all for things even the most optimistic shop owner couldn't hope to sell quickly. If I had more time, I'd love to rummage. I love this kind of stuff.
Oh, chalk circle.
That over there, that's a magic circle on the ground, isn't it?
Do you know anything about dispelling ghosts?
I do.
A bit. Doesn't the ghost have to be in the magic circle, rather than the person who is trying to cast the spell on the ghost?
If you can trap ghosts in a thing like this, then surely you can lock them out too.
Yeah?
The circle is my last line of defence in case the salt in front of the windows and doors doesn't stand firm. Yeah.
The beings from the woods, are they ghosts then?
Oh, well, there are all kinds of things living there. Why not ghosts too? Better safe than sorry.
Also, the circle doesn't necessarily mean it's a ghost trap. It could be a ward of protection.
Lady
Like a
armor.
ghost.
Bustin' makes me feel good.
this here? Metal underwear?
Thank you, Adifine.
That's a heavy warrior set, level 90.
Hey, what?
It's the same as the one next to it, but this one's for female warriors.
This one here, and that. And you want to tell me that these suits of armour are on a par with each other?
Yep. Heavy plate armour offers ideal protection from all kinds of weapons.
But it's covered in holes, completely see-through. One sword thrust through the torso and...
I've been selling armour for 20 years, and my father before me, and my grandfather before him. Are you trying to tell me you know more about heavy plate armour than I do?
No, of course not. I've never seen so many locks, chains and magic spells on a single door. And the crossbow bolts indicate that a very, very nervous person lives here.
Where's the... So that's Scimitan to the left of the female mannequin. That's her sword or his sword?
Now that's the thing that I reckon looks like Kratos's things he uses. But it could be just similar looking.
I'm sure that Mr. Mayor won't object to me borrowing one of these bolts. Hey, let's face it, he does seem to be firing them all over the place. That is really the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. The armour covers so little, let's be honest, just the bare necessities. Doesn't look comfortable, and a warrioress would freeze if she ever wore it to the Northlands. You can see that he's been living in fear for a long time. Poor guy. However, if he doesn't want to help me, I'm not going to try and convince him. I'm sure we'll find a way through the mountains, with or without him.
Oh, what's that over there? Oh, just looking at the mayor.
I wonder why he just doesn't move away. What's keeping him here? I mean, even if the Headless Horseman doesn't get him, sooner or later he's going to die, and then the village is doomed. One way or another. Whoa!
Uh-oh.
Does the weather always change so fast here?
The Headless Horseman! He's coming!
Awesome.
That's what you thought when I stood outside the door.
It's true.
Look here! Psychokinetic energy is almost off the scale!
Oh, it's the Ghostbusters
I'm a
one.
qualified mage, but what exactly is that?
Skipped a few classes, did you? The PKE shows whether ghosts, demons, evil powers are nearby. It is the Headless Horseman, I guarantee it.
Then I must go to my friends immediately.
Stop! Did you hear what I said? There's a Headless Horseman out there.
And my friends.
Stop! Don't move, or I'll shoot.
There's no bolt in there. Yeah.
How? There's no bolt in the crossbow. It's not loaded.
Psycho, how you doing?
Hello?
It's him.
Who's there?
Woo tongs?
Nate! Put that thing away. What happened? Where are the others?
Oh my god.
I don't understand.
That was too close. You're almost a psycho sandwich.
You're right. Barry, thanks for saving my life.
A woodcutter cutting wood?
It's like, is it Lassie? Little boy's falling down the well.
Yeah. I think
There was
Skip
a
used to do that as well.
Knight?
Yeah.
With a sword? Okay, there was a knight and anything else?
Monster.
Monster? There was a knight and a monster? A dragon? Or a lion?
A werewolf?
Happy Easter!
Imagine a werewolf? What
Thanks,
do they
Scoob.
do? What happened to the others? Oh, I get it. Gulliver has lost his head. Phew.
One of your friends was beheaded and you're relieved?
Oh, is he the headless horseman?
Better Gulliver than one of the others, don't you think?
What?
Hey, what?
What's up with Timmy?
Oh, I don't know who Carl Bosman is, but that sounds like a shit.
I don't remember, but it feels like I have a vague memory that someone I should be disgusted with.
Esther, your mother? She panicked and ran away? Where to? Did she have Timmy with her? Towards the woods? Esther ran into the woods.
Oh, there's your mate.
Then she's lost.
No,
That was
she's
quick.
not. Come on, Nate. We're going to go see Gulliver. Then we'll find Timmy and your mother.
You can't go out there.
I don't know what Easy Allies
We'll
is.
let you know if we meet any headless horsemen. Ah!
Don't move.
Oh, damn, there goes my theory.
For a bounty hunter.
I thought it was Wilbur in the bounty hunter suit.
And just as our little friend was about to go out there, you came in.
All right. I'll go into the woods and polish off any headless horsemen, robber knights, and werewolves that cross my path.
Or, I'm going to make a theory here. What if it's a lady that Wilbur can fall in love with because he doesn't have a love interest and we all want Wilbur to live happily ever after? It's a trick for all the people that use the minimize the back button.
There's a little rat and a zombie, too.
No problem. If we can agree on a price, I'll take care of them too.
No! They're our friends. Do not kill the zombie and the rat.
We had an idea that was Wilbur, right?
That's what I thought it was, yeah.
For them, free of charge.
But,
I guess the way he's speaking, doesn't seem like he is like fixing the past.
yeah.
How are you going to do that? What's your plan?
Seek and destroy.
Great song by
Now, we see
Metallica.
two problems there, then. First, the seeking, and second, the destroying.
He's right. The woods confuse the senses. They are devious and evil. The source of
That's
the
gonna be
evil
the
is
Star
in the
Wars
heart
line.
of the wood. There's a clearing there with an old tree in the middle. Under the tree is a cave. That's where they live. All of those who have brought so much suffering to our village.
Not for much longer.
Yeah, it sounds like a female modulated Welsh voice, though. But I could be wrong. Who knows?
Who are you? And, how exactly do you propose to stop the Headless Horseman, the Knight, and the Werewolf?
I am the solution. I have means and ways of breaking anyone.
Even if weapons prove useless. Could be a ghost.
As long as the payment's right, I'll get the job done.
The payment will be princely. I'm the richest man in the village.
I'm the only man in the village. Alright, Verdantry. It comes time to... Would you rather wear this or would you rather wear that? Would you rather wear the Valkyrie costume for a year, but only when out in public? Or you had to wear the Spiky Shovel Knight outfit for 6 months, but you had to wear it everywhere. So once again, Valkyrie, only when you go out for a year. 6 months, you have to wear this one everywhere. Valkyrie? Ah, yeah.
I should come with you.
Pretty
Our
cold.
chances of success are better with two of us out there.
The last time I worked in a team, I got a wooden plank to the head.
Then you had the wrong partners. I had great partners. Ivo, Captain...
I work alone. Have the gold ready. It won't take long.
Oh, very self-confident. Like all the others.
The others?
Do you think he's the first one to try to solve the mystery of the evil in the woods? Oh, I've stopped counting. Some may have found it, but none of them returned.
Where would you take
Come
it,
on,
Tongs?
mate. We shouldn't rely on the bounty hunter to find our friends. Back to camp.
Back to camp. Oh, he's got a key.
Take it easy, buddy. I'm here. Be good and sit down by the fire. By the fire, not in the fire.
What happened? Nate said something about a knight and a werewolf.
It was terrible. I'd nodded off and suddenly I heard my cream bun scream. I jumped up, ready to protect her. Then there was a flash of lightning which illuminated the gleaming figure of a knight, a paladin to be precise.
And then?
My honey blossom was out of her mind with fear. She ran into the woods, away from the paladin. I was going to run after her, but when the lightning struck again, there was a werewolf standing there. Nate screamed, Esther screamed. I tripped and lost my head. I called to Nate to run and get help from the village. The werewolf came towards me and I was certain I was done for. My body tried to defend me, but he had orientation problems. But then the lightning struck again, very close by. The wolf was startled and ran after the others into the woods.
I can see 3 or maybe 4 locations. We've got the town, we've got whatever this thing is, and then an old tree. And then Hogwarts at the top.
The mayor talked about the heart of the wood. He's pretty certain that's the source of the evil.
But why do you think Esther and Timmy have ended up there of all places?
I don't know. Just a feeling. People have been disappearing here for centuries. I think they were lured into the woods or, like Esther, driven. If we want to get them both back, we'll have to uncover the secret of the wood. The Sorcerer Van Buren spent his last years in that castle. Pretty sure the book we're looking for will be somewhere there.
I'm not interested in the book. I want my sweetie pie back.
If we defeat the evil in the woods, we'll get Esther back, and the mayor will show us a safe way through the mountains.
Oh yeah, the mountain.
Let's go.
They're fine. I mean, nothing must be allowed to happen to them.
They went into the woods unhurt, but those creatures were hot on their heels.
I couldn't take it if Timmy... They're fine. We just need to get them back first. Right, I'm going to go and look for the 2 of them. You hold the fort here.
I'm not staying here. I'm going to help.
Okay.
That's exactly what you are doing by letting Nate repair you and being my advisor. And maybe you 2 could make things to help me along the way. You're both much more skilled than I am.
But my wife is out there.
And your son is here. Do you want to leave him here alone? Or take him out into the evil woods?
But... All right. Bring back my cherry blossom and just say the word and I'll be at your side.
I know. I'd better start by searching for clues and information. I need to know what I'm dealing with.
His convincing was flawless.
We walked all the way from Seastone, a good deal of the way off the paved roads and paths. We feared that Councillor Van Buren might be watching them. It was an arduous journey, but we were well supplied. Food, water, warm blankets. Esther organised everything. Esther looked after Timmy with such kindness. Ever since Remy's death, he has been...
I wonder where
quite
Remy
changed.
is.
He was always so adventurous before. After we left Seastone, he spent most of the time tucked away in Esther's coat pocket. Even the slightest sound made him jump. And now, monsters and werewolves, oh, poor fellow.
I need to move out of the way so I can see what I'm looking at. Okay.
The wool blanket is old and has been darned several times. I'm sure it came from the rubbish heap under Seastone. Still, it'll keep you warm and won't go all kaflooey.
Kaflooey. What's that?
We found everything just the way it is. A few stones laid out in a circle on a sandy area, no trees close by. A perfectly built campfire pit. Then again, what does it say about a village when travellers would rather stay outside the village than rent a room there?
Ah, I noticed there's also a little mine down here too.
What's that in the sand there? Looks like a thick-walled stone goblet, just like dwarves use. Those things would be too heavy for me to travel any long distances with, but the dwarves say that the stone goblets are fashioned to remind them of home. I'm afraid the dwarf who carried this goblet out here into the wilderness can't complain about my taking it anymore.
Cool.
This goblet was filled with sand. Maybe I can use it for something sometime. I think Nate has been putting a few more logs on the fire since the attack, and it still doesn't radiate a real sense of security. This would be a perfect place to grill a sausage. Not as hot as an open fire, but still hot enough. Esther said there'd be a few sausages waiting for me when I returned from the village. Then, everything turned out differently.
Do you ever buy sausages, Steve, to cook?
Not often, but yeah, I have sometimes because it's like it's me easy food to make.
This would be a perfect place to...
Sometimes I've tried to make hot dogs, but it's weird. The buns never match the sausages properly.
As in the length or the girth or...
Both. It's usually either too long, too wide, or... And also there's the thing of like...
That's what she
said. Like there's like the comedian thing that I realized rang true when I was trying to make it, which is like the buns never match the number of sausages.
As in the amount.
Yeah, it's always like 8 sausages and 6 buns or something.
Yeah.
So usually I'm just making up the standard sausage and bread whenever I do it.
A bit of
What about you?
Could belong to the werewolf.
Don't really eat him,
He
no.
ran towards the woods and got a bit too close to these thorns.
Can I
I
take
remember... Sorry?
Oh, I was just
Footprints.
talking to myself about this. Yeah.
I'm
Go
no
on.
expert, but I'd say that these are Esther's footprints.
I'm
leading
during
towards
the,
woods, which would tally with what Gulliver said. Traces
It was
of
during
both the
COVID, but it was
werewolf
one of the
and Esther,
Christmases
but none
where
of the
we
paladin.
could sort of travel to small gatherings. And I went to the person I streamed with on Monday. They were having a house party, and this woman there was doing the barbecuing. So she made up like a whole bunch of sausages and missiles, but I thought it would probably be normal, but it's her first time doing it. She goes, "Oh, so easy. I thought there'd be some sort of trick to it." And it's like, I've just realized that that's one of the guy tricks is to make it. It's like so that we dominate the barbecue, but it's like it's because it's the easiest fucking job in the world,
Yeah.
and it takes 4 supervisors, and yeah, it's like she'd have this revelation of like, yeah, it's kind of a scam. It's one of the guy scams
Yeah.
because
Oh,
it is just cooking meat on a fucking plate.
I have a question for you. Is Matt Chinese? The only reason why I ask is his Twitch icon has like a background that I have now seen in the new Monkey Wukong game. It's like the red with the white characters.
Okay. I'm not completely sure he is Asian. I think he might be, but I'm not completely sure.
Gotcha. It makes sense. I'd never seen it
And
before
some things he
until
said
the
might.
yeah the Wutong like screens to say next village or something like that. It actually it has like the same little design that he uses.
The little fellow is hanging on in there. I'm sure he's trying to work out a way to help me. If you could look into that head of his, I'm sure you'd see little cogs whirring around like crazy. Nate has tried time and time again to cheer Timmy up the last few days. He even managed it occasionally, but Timmy always crept back into Esther's coat pocket. It's easy to see that Gulliver would like nothing better than to run into the woods after Esther. The only thing stopping him is that he can't leave Nate by himself. Thank goodness.
Yeah, it's probably the
Otherwise, I'd
greatest
have
one.
another name on the rescue list.
Is that an umbrella?
Wilbur, how can we help?
I
One of the
found
other
some
ones
traces
is,
of the werewolf and of Esther, but strangely, none of the paladin.
He was there. I saw him as plain as day, just as I see you before me now.
I believe you, but he left no tracks whatsoever. Right then, hold the fort.
We're here if you need us.
One of the other scams is it's not like probably not a general scam, but specific to my family where we haven't done it in a while. We've sort of discontinued it because things changed. But we're going on camping trips every year to the top of the state, or be specific. But yeah, we there was this ritual that all the guys would get into a ute and drive off to collect firewood every day. So there is a bit of skill to it because it's cutting it down with the things, but also hunting for a dead tree because you got to make sure the wood's dry. So there is a bit of it's not just simple, but there'd be about 5 or 6 of us, and we'd make sure we bring beers and bourbons and stuff because it would take us about 2 hours, but it takes about 10 minutes to cut down a tree and load it all when everyone's working together. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes to cut down a tree and and then cut it up into pieces and load it all into the ute. And the rest of the time is just drinking while chatting.
If only the ladies knew.
Well, one stage they
I'm sure there are
someone brought their teenage kids and they were driving dirt bikes around the place. And one of them spotted us and he reported back. It's like, they're just standing in a circle drinking.
Knock! Knock!
Yeah.
Has been nailed up. I'm
That's
sure
like you
there are a
guys.
few little wooden...
He's not going to grow up to join people in their wood cutting jobs.
Yeah. Excluded now. Not going to be part of the club.
It seems the mayor isn't just the mayor, fireman, priest, coachman, and blacksmith. Looks like he's also forced into being his own washerwoman.
Also, it's also the conversation's much different because it's like
Hopefully the mayor won't have any objection, as long as it helps me banish the evil from the woods.
especially because half the guys have histories in the defense force, but it's like oh yeah, one time we're at this country pub and this lady, and yeah, so it's stories they can't tell in front of their wives.
You can always
before they
use
met
some
the wives,
string,
but you still
as I'm
can't
sure
talk about
I've
it.
mentioned on more than one occasion.
Oh, string.
Ah, it wouldn't be theft. I really need the string for, stuff. The washing line does, however, seem to be knotted to a hook on the house, which is much too high up for me.
Where is he gone? Oh, there he is.
Hello? Oh, yes?
Ah, looks like I'm going to be helping you after all.
How do you mean?
The curse? The woods? It looks like we have a common enemy.
Right. Right. Give it a go. I mean, I have more confidence in the bounty hunter, but I've reached the point where I'll grasp at any old straw. I will.
Thanks. How motivating. This is a traditional adventurers and heroes shop, right?
Oh, absolutely. It was founded by my grandfather. He used to be very busy round here. Oh, there were giant spiders in the woods. There was an old goblin mine a day trip to the south.
Goblin
In
these
the
nuts.
heyday of hero tourism, we were even thinking of building a sewer system. We sell armor, weapons, elixirs, provisions, ice arrows, antidotes, anything you need. And you can pay with spider legs, goblin ears, and things like that.
And what do you do with those?
It's a trade secret. If you want to sell something, you can do it risk-free. I'll look after the object in case you want to buy it back later.
It's a pawn shop.
You what?
Yeah,
Oh,
probably.
yeah. In case you change your mind later. Then you can buy back the same object for the same price. It's called the market economy.
for the same price.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
This evil heart of the wood, what exactly is it? And where can I find it?
It's a clearing in the centre of the woods. There's an old dead tree standing in the middle of it. You'll recognise it when you see it.
But how am I going to find the clearing? The woods are pretty big.
And confusing. The heart of the wood doesn't want to be found. Yes, whatever it is that's sending these creatures after us, it lives in that clearing. Oh, I'm quite sure of that.
Do you think that it might be the ghost of the Sorcerer Van Buren?
Perhaps. The elders did warn us. They said you should never mess with the sorcerer. They were scared and whispered of dreadful dangers. Oh, if only we'd listened to them. Oh, yeah.
Couldn't your device help me find the heart of the wood? Doesn't it detect ghosts and stuff?
Ah, I see. You're saying that nothing around here radiates more psychokinetic energy than the heart of the wood. You might be right. You should get yourself a PKE.
Loan me yours, you tight ass.
I was hoping you could give me yours.
My detector? Never. It's my PKE. It's never let me down.
But if you give it to me, I could find the heart of the wood and lift the curse.
Or you might be killed and lose it in the woods.
That's fair.
It takes weeks to deliver such a masterpiece of occult technology.
That's exactly why I can't hang around here waiting for another device. I need yours.
Forget it. The PKE reliably shows when anything supernatural is creeping about. And I have to know that.
I need something I can use to defend myself against a werewolf. Do you have anything like that?
We need something silver to tip the bolt.
We've never been attacked by a werewolf before, so we haven't got any special anti-werewolf weapons or the like. But as far as I know, any normal weapon made out of silver should do the job. What's your skill? Sword and shield? Twin daggers? Gun lance?
You mean you can fight with two daggers at the same time without mutilating yourself?
Oh, so you're a long-distance fighter. Oh. Bow, crossbow or slingshot? As amusing as it would be to use a slingshot against a werewolf, I'd pass on that. Bow or crossbow would be better. I've got a lovely composite bow +2 in stock, but it requires dexterity 15.
I think I might be able to handle something like that crossbow.
Yes, a light crossbow is easy to use and packs a real kick. Oh, any old fool can hit something with that.
That's right.
A light crossbow like that, how much does it cost?
3 gold, 7 silver and 2 copper coins. Or I'll give you a quest.
Ooh, what's the quest?
I don't know, bring me 10 wolf skins.
You just made that up on the spot, didn't you?
No, it's very important.
Sounds like a pretty generic task without any real purpose to me.
You bring me 10 wolf skins and get a crossbow as a reward. What's the problem? I haven't got any silver bolts, though.
So you want me to bring you 10 wolf skins for a crossbow which will allow me to defend myself against a werewolf?
Better than collecting 10 foreskins, I suppose.
And while you're getting the skins, you'll gain some valuable experience that'll make you into a better hero.
That's true, Rabbi.
But it's going to take forever to find 10 wolves. And I really don't want to strip the fur off them either. They need it.
10 skins for a crossbow, that's the quest. And if you like, I can quickly think of a backstory for it.
Not interested. My friends up there by the campfire, could I maybe bring them here? It could be safer for them.
Of course. Not only for them. The monsters from the woods might snatch one of them instead of me.
Right. Okay. I'll let Gulliver know then.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Gulliver? Isn't that the one who was beheaded?
Not beheaded. He just lost his head. Zombies don't mind that kind of thing.
I'm not having zombies in the house.
Why not? He's lovely.
I don't want anything to do with their kind. Alive or dead, they should make up their minds. We want decent folk here in the village. Not ones cobbled together out of parts of decent folk.
Okay.
See you again sometime.
I hope so. I really do.
Yeah, maybe Verdantry. I've thought about it. I did play Monster Hunter World a fair bit. I finished it. And I did all of that co-op. I didn't find it as fun to do single player. This to the woods? Okay.
Ah, the moment I saw the spooky woods, I just knew I'd end up going in there sooner or later. No matter how afraid I am, I'm sure Timmy and Esther will be even more afraid. Whew. So far, so good. The mayor
Okay.
said that the woods confuse the senses. I have to memorize the way back to the village. And I should try to stay quiet. There's a werewolf, a knight, and perhaps even a headless horseman running around out here.
I did pass the main story. I did the other stuff as well. I even tried to do the Witcher DLC, but that was too hard. I couldn't beat it. It was way too hard, and you couldn't co-op the Witcher story. It had to be done single player.
Is the Witcher content for Monster Hunter or is this separate?
Yeah, Witcher
And
Hunter.
That's DLCs.
the wooden handle
Okay.
is all weathered and the iron head covered with a
You,
fine coat of rust. Must have been
You
wedged
hunt
in
the
this tree a
Witcher
long
style
time.
monster,
Months,
and
perhaps
Geralt's
even
there with you.
years. The blade is still shiny. It looks reasonably sharp. The tree has kept it from rusting. That's Timmy's scarf. It's torn.
Look at the eyes.
For a long time, people believed that eyes shining in the darkness belong to dangerous animals that watch you. Turns out they're just glowing eyes without any body, hovering harmlessly in the air. Nothing to worry about.
Oh shit. Actually, I'm going to go back to the start, and in case I have to write this down of my directions. Pen. Let's, from starting point, let's go right for a second. Okay.
That's... Oh no.
Oh,
Oops.
What is that?
it's the bounty hunter's
Who
trap.
would have thought you can trap gnomes with scraps of bloody cloth?
A werewolf trap. Impressive.
Thanks.
You're a gnome too, aren't you?
You're a sharp one.
I'll be back in 1 second.
Yeah, I got far enough in the second playthrough of Kingdom Come while Walter's away. I finished the second run through of Kingdom Come. Not that I got to the end of it, but I got to the monastery bit, and I kept getting the scripting kept glitching in such a way that I kept getting in trouble for not being in the right place, and so abandoned it out of frustration. But I had done all the side quests that I wanted to do, and I was just going for the main quest. So I've already done all that. All the other stuff I've already done. So there was no point in continuing. I sort of would have just to go through it again, but because that monastery bit was kind of frustrating. I was almost tempted to just I know the guy, so what if instead of doing the monastery bit properly, if I wanted to continue, I might have just snuck in at night. Without disguising myself, stab the guy in his sleep and then exited rather than do that whole section.
Sounds like a normal thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
I found my friend's scarf. Not too many other traces, though. How about you?
Some werewolf tracks. and footprints made by a heavy person coming from the direction of the cliffs.
Those must be Esther's tracks.
They disappeared in the undergrowth. No traces of a knight, a headless horseman, or any other horrors.
Perhaps they're ghosts?
Exactly what I thought. Some kind of apparition. Someone is conjuring up all these ghostly figures to try and scare us.
Then we mustn't be scared.
I'm not scared of anything. Well, maybe spiders. I can't stand them. How they sit there waiting, and then suddenly run off, and far too many legs.
Yeah, there's the...
Wow! Bounty hunter! That's just so cool. Most of us gnomes tend to be nerdy and avoid the big wide world.
You're here too? And you're some kind of mage?
Well, not a proper one. I'm trying to help my friends. No magic involved. What about you? Did the call of adventure lure you?
Gold.
Oh.
Not my dream job, hanging around in shady inns and taking on missions from greasy characters. As soon as I've gathered enough gold together, I'm going back to the caves, and will hopefully forget most of what I've experienced.
Clever trap. It got me, that's for sure.
But you're not a werewolf. Razor-sharp senses, and teeth and claws to match. The cage won't keep him for long, and fighting the beast won't be much fun.
Maybe it would be better if we carried on together. Then we can protect one another. You know what I mean?
You shouldn't even be here. Go back to the village and wait there for 3 days. If I'm not back by then, leave the dark woods and don't look back.
No way! I'm not leaving here without Timmy and Esther.
Then at least scream loudly when the werewolf gets you, so I know where to look.
I think that could be arranged. Yeah, enough talk. We have to find my friends.
I have to track down a headless horseman, and I'll kill the werewolf. I haven't crossed that off my list yet. If I stumble across your friends in the process, fine. If not, so be it.
Wilbur.
What?
My name. Wilbur Weathervane. And I'm worried about Timmy and Esther. I want them back undamaged.
I'll see what I can do.
I see you killed Matthew and Fritz. Because I got the...
Trap can't be detected underneath the leaves. A good bit of gnome engineering. Complicated and functional. More or less.
Because on the second playthrough, I got the Judas achievement for turning Amin and Andrew, just like getting them all hanged.
The bounty hunter hasn't deactivated the trap, probably hoping for a chance capture. I should stay clear of it. It could be a long time before someone comes to rescue me this time. You can find these stone heads all over Avantasia. They're ancient and no one knows who made them. The woods are already spooky enough where I am, but over there it gets even more spine-chilling. I bet that the evil heart of the woods is somewhere over in that direction.
Let's just go further, even though I'm just going back to where I was. Oh. Yeah.
There's something in the undergrowth here. Something big. I can't see what it is. It could be Esther. But it could just as easily be a werewolf or some other monster of the woods.
What is it?
I can't just stand in front of a bush and push the branches apart.
Sure you can.
What if there's a werewolf in there ready to attack? I can't see, but it could.
Okay. Okay, we're back here.
If the monsters caught Timmy and Esther, then that's probably where they would have been taken. Get on with it, Wilbur. Yes? Yes, at least the werewolf seems to be there. That's good.
Oh my gosh, it's like the Monkey Island woods.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay, we're back here. I'm just gonna try. We'll go here. Go this way. Go this way. This way. Oh, this is back to the start. This is where the axe was. Okay. And wasn't this where the trap was? This is where we had the conversation, but the trap's not there anymore. Interesting. Alright. Let's go this way. Go back. Oh, okay, we're back here. I don't understand how we're going to figure this out. Do we have anything that can give us a clue?
A blood-drenched piece of cloth as bait for a werewolf.
Okay.
My first thought was that it belonged to Timmy, but it's probably just pig's blood or something like that. At least I hope it is.
First of all, we got to be wearing our hat. What are we doing here? Okay.
Long sticks are almost as useful as string. You can use them for all sorts of things. Timmy's favourite scarf. I'll return it to him as soon as I found him.
Okay.
An old, let's say, being generous, charitable and all that, white bedsheet.
That's not Timmy's blood. Fair call. I want to get back. Yeah, okay, here we are. Oh, that's
So
neat.
the woods weren't just a source of wood for the villagers, they also dug clay there.
Oh, there's that furnace.
Hard to say what destroyed the kiln, and when. Could have been time, wind and rain, but it could just as easily have been animals or other things.
I got bloody excited for a second because I've gone, oh, clay, we need that. And then I realized, no, it's because I'm playing Enshrouded and clay is the next resource I need that I can't find anywhere.
My guess is that the bricks were once fired right here in the woods. Makes complete sense.
There was the kiln back at
Not only is there
the
lots
town,
of
though.
firewood here, the clay is also very moist and loses a lot of weight during firing. Why would you drag all that water into the village just to let it evaporate there?
What's this?
Looks like some kind of press. If I had to guess, I'd say it was used to press clay bricks into shape.
Is that an owl sound?
I think it's supposed to be the hooting.
The hinge is rusted through. Forcing the press might make it break. I'd better repair it first.
Okay. Sure.
Don't think we'd ever hear that hooting in our bush, would we?
I
Yeah,
wonder
I
if
guess
the
not.
villagers dug too deep and woke up some
Our
kind of
bush is
ancient
pretty
evil.
shit, though.
If so, the ancient evil must have been sleeping very close to the surface.
It can be nice with magpies and kookaburras, but then most of the time cicadas. Well, not even the good car type, not even like the one you hear in like Japanese anime, but just annoying cicadas or...
I should be able to loosen a really nice lump of clay just with my bare hands. Yep, no problem. By all appearances, there's been no clay dug here for years. And the rain will ensure that there won't be much to see here in a few years' time.
Don't get in the kiln.
Yeah, it's a point and click. Usually don't have much choice. Everything's fatalistic.
There are several branches broken here and here. Oh boy, a few bits of fur. They look exactly the same as those up by the campfire. The werewolf must be on Timmy's trail. I hope the little guy was long gone before it came by.
We already did that.
I don't have another reference. It's weird because I never liked the idea of Auntie Donna because the trailers are so... Any trailer I've seen of them is so obnoxious, but I've heard them then talk on a podcast and they're actually really well spoken and funny. So it makes me wonder if I'm giving them a bad rap, but then whenever I see a short on the internet, it's usually the most annoying thing.
There's a few shorts that are good sort of gateway drugs into Auntie Donna. Like the Hey Hey is a good one. And the Christmas Pud.
Hello? Oh, yes?
See you again sometime.
I hope so. I really do.
The craftsman must
Subway.
have left the house years ago. He'd be a busy man in the village these days.
How'd you get 6 inches at a Subway?
Jesus. You can get extreme food poisoning too. Crossbow. We need wolf skins. How are we going to get wolf skins? We got fur. Can we make the... Oh, can we push that in the press?
The hinge on the press is damaged. I'd only ruin it for good.
Okay, can we repair the hinge somehow? No. Rough sand.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gulliver!
Wilbur, how can we help?
Like someone says a measurement in inches and it's like, oh, that's about 3 average cocks right there.
There should be a lot of psychokinetic energy in the heart of the wood.
What's that?
Well, it's a kind of energy emitted by supernatural things. You can locate it using a little device with arms attached. Could you make a device like that?
A little device with arms sticking out. Not exactly a precise description. Can you get me the blueprints? Then Nate and I can try our luck.
No, I don't think so. If we can't build a PKE detector ourselves, then we're going to have to get hold of the mayor somehow. But he doesn't want to give his up because it reliably detects supernatural beings.
What do you suggest?
I'm working on it. I think you might be safer in the village than here. I asked the mayor if you could wait there.
Let me guess what he said. I'm not having zombies in my house.
Why doesn't he want to help you?
People don't know us, and they're afraid of what they don't know.
Perhaps I should talk to him again.
In Seastone, I thought that success and enough money might make people forget who we are, but they don't. Ever.
Oh, get him to repair the thing. That'd be good.
Could you maybe repair this press, Gulliver?
Nate? That's a job for you, isn't it?
Come on, Nate. You can do it.
The boy has long overtaken his old man when it comes
I
to
don't know what we're going to
repairs.
use a brick for, though.
What? That's it? Wow, you're quick. Right then. Hold the fort.
We're here if you need us.
Okay. I wonder if it works like, you know those bush jaffle irons where you put your sandwich in the wrought iron and you put it in the fire?
Yeah, Mum used to have those. Gave one to me because she had to stop using it when she got an electric oven. But she gave it to me when I had a gas one on my flat, but I couldn't use it without setting off the... Probably being in an apartment is...
Press the clay into a brick.
The fire alarm.
The fire alarms, yeah.
A few hundred times, I'd be
I
able to
could
build
barely use
myself
it
a
without
house.
setting off the fire alarm.
Just not sure why I'd want to do that. There's plenty of empty houses here as it is. The clay is very moist. Ooh, perfect for making handprints or anything like that in. Probably not the right time to be thinking of messing around. I've pressed the clay into a brick. If I were to fire it now and just not sure.
Okay, so what is that?
You have a kiln.
Oh, can we make a cast of the arrows? Yeah. Oh, and then we put silver in there.
Perfect impression of an
Gotcha.
iron bolt.
We don't have any silver though.
Oh, makes sense.
It does make sense. What's this?
Touch hot coals with my bare hands.
Yeah.
I'd need a really, really good reason to do that.
Can we pick it up with... Nope. Nope.
The stone goblet could easily withstand fire, but what's the point in heating it up?
I want to put that in there, though. Oh, we're going to put the silver in this and then melt it and then pour it in there. Okay, that makes sense.
The wool blanket is old and has been darned several times. I'm sure it came from the rubbish heap under Seastone.
Oh yeah, we knew
Still, it'll keep you warm and won't go all kaflooey.
Oh, can we go... Oh, we can go there because we've been there? Oh, hopefully that's the case. Oh, excellent. There's absolutely nothing of note here anymore, though. Okay. Can we go in there now?
Right. The werewolf is somewhere there in the deep woods, and where the werewolf is, that's likely where my friends are too. So, let's get a move on.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
same
boy.
thing. So we need a
I
weapon
want
for
to help
that.
those two, but there's a werewolf there and I'm unarmed. It'd be pointless letting myself be ripped to shreds. That's not going to help anyone. Well, except maybe the werewolf. I need a weapon so I can defend myself against it.
Where are we going to get silver from? If you were in an adventure game, where would it be? Maybe
Usually
we
a
can...
piece of jewelry that you melt down.
Either that or can we steal a little bit off the werewolf trap?
The
Haven't seen any jewelry yet.
Is the bounty hunter mentioned that it was made of silver?
Maybe not.
I guess it would be though to... Well, no, that doesn't help trap it.
just stand in front of a bush and push the branches apart?
Oh, what if we use the
What
stick,
if there's
maybe?
a werewolf in there ready to attack?
Do have a stick.
Maybe I can use the stick to carefully part the branches and...
Hello?
Oh, hello.
Anyone there? Oh, hello, little man.
Why, hello there, I do declare.
May I ask what you're doing here? You don't exactly look like a mushroom picker.
Phew, glad to hear it. I'm on my way to my fiancé's. He lives here in the dark woods in a magnificent castle. At least that's what he wrote. The thunderstorm took me by surprise, and then suddenly this wrinkly old woman was standing there in the middle of the path. She pointed a bony finger at me and gave me a toothless grin. I was distracted, and my horse threw me and vanished into the woods with all my things.
That sounds terrible.
It is. I'm meeting my fiancé, and I don't have a thing to wear.
The old woman on the path. Sounds like she could have been a witch.
Yeah, right. She was so old and shriveled and ugly. I've never been so scared in all my life.
Another enemy to deal with.
Enemy? Are you wood pixies battling these creatures?
Ahem, excuse me, I'm a gnome, not a pixie. And I come from the mountains.
I would be very grateful never to see that face again. Hey, if you're a wood pixie and just pixieing around, then could you find the clothes I lost? I'll pay you.
We'll see.
Artie, fine. Is that how the ladies sound around your area, your neck of the woods, so to speak?
I'm Wilbur. Have you by any chance seen a female zombie, a rat, a knight, a werewolf, or a headless horseman anywhere in the woods?
Oh, Lord. No, definitely not. Or more like, happily not.
Javan! Howdy. You're about to say this is probably how Australians think Americans sound? Yeah, maybe. It's always the, when someone says, hey, do an American accent, the southern accent is the easiest one to imitate, I'd say.
Do you know the way to the castle? Could you maybe take me with you?
I don't know the way. Laddie wrote me saying I should find a guide in the village. The way through the mountains is very dangerous.
Vladdy, your fiancé?
The Count.
Ah, Vlad the Impaler.
What's he like?
Oh, he's a darling. Very rich and very old.
He's going to do some impaling once he sees her.
Wait to meet him in person.
So, you're engaged to him, but you've never met him?
Why hesitate and risk someone else snapping him away from me?
Oh, I saw that, I've never seen it, but I hear, like, everyone on Twitter at least loves that interview from a, what is it? Interview with the Vampire, yeah. TV series, and apparently that just hit Netflix. Might have to check it out.
Okay. Keep meaning to watch the movie.
Here in the woods.
It's one I've
Come
missed.
on, I'll take you to the village.
Uh-huh. Which way?
This way. Or, wait a minute. No. This way. Or, bloody hell, just follow me.
Oh, okay, good.
As I already said to your young friend,
As I live and
won't
breathe.
set foot outside as long as the headless horseman is running around out here.
Then just send word to the castle asking Vladdy to pick me up from here.
Oh, I wouldn't know how. I'm afraid you'll have to wait until the bounty hunter comes back with good news. Be my guest. Make yourself at home.
Be my guest, made from real gorilla's chest.
Oh, thank you for bringing her here. I mean,
Oh.
really.
Oh, she's got a wolf
Thank
skin.
you. Not right?
Oh, you filth bag.
You're welcome.
Alright, if I give her... What if I give her the woolen blanket instead? What if I give
The
her...
bedsheet could make the great beginnings of a ghost costume.
Oh yeah, good.
Ta-da! Time for a ghost performance.
What?
Whoa!
What happened then?
Whoa! Whoa! Oh! Ooh.
What are you doing?
I am the ghost of the wood.
Haven't we got enough real spooks around here?
Beverly
You have to dress up like
Hillbillies.
one too?
I remember watching that at Grand's place,
I
Steve.
don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't remember much of it though,
I can see
other than
your
the concept.
feet. And
Black
is that my
Gold,
bedsheet?
Texas tea.
You haven't settled the ghost of the wood, but I will return. Ooh.
Oh, we got both hats on at once.
He recognized me. It may be because he has a lot of experience with ghostly apparitions, living in the dark woods and all. Or it may have been my feet poking out from under the sheet.
That's so good. I like that we've got both hats on at once. Because when one hat is not enough...
Hello.
Well, looky here, if it isn't my knight in shining armor and accomplished guide.
Oh yeah, that's
It
us.
didn't take us that long to get out of the woods.
You should try it in high heels.
High heels.
You don't have any silver, do you? Then I could use it to make a silver crossbow bolt to protect myself against the werewolf.
Of what interest is a werewolf in the woods to me? I want to go to the castle. That's in the other direction.
Yes, but once a werewolf is out of the way, I can take care of the headless horseman. And once he's out of the way, the mayor will take us to the castle.
That's a bit complicated. I'd rather stage a clothing malfunction and convince the idiot to do anything for me that way. But that's risky. I wrote Vladdy that I was a virtuous virgin.
You have any silver or not?
Of course I do. I have my silver jewelry. But I'm not wasting it on your shenanigans.
I was going to say the same thing, Verdant Tree, but I couldn't remember her name, so I didn't say it. I kept on thinking Alice, but that's not right. Oh yeah, it's the previous one, Artie.
Oh, don't take it personally. The mayor didn't want to take me up to the castle either.
Yeah, but you're you, and I'm, well, just luck.
Hello.
Why would he want to take you up to the castle more than me? I asked him very politely.
We're wasting our time. All that guy thinks about is the headless horseman, and that he could be the last villager to be kidnapped or something like that. Some of us here have real problems to deal with.
I got a question, Artie Fine. So you obviously have the more sort of southern sounding accent. How hard is it for you to do the tradish sort of, I don't know, Californian accent, we'll say, for instance? Like, is that difficult?
That wolf skin you have there, could you give it to me?
What? Get your own.
But I need it. No, actually, I need 10.
But what about me?
There's probably 10 in that
I'm
box.
supposed to freeze just 'cause you need a fur?
As luck would have it, I just saw some armor for female fighters.
Yeah, I saw that too. Do you think Vladdy would like it?
No idea. It wouldn't stop a hail of arrows, I'll tell you that.
Hail of arrows? That thing isn't intended for battle.
You got that right. One broad axe to the leg and it'd be game over.
A lady don't go near arrows or axes. She has others fight for her. And this kind of armor would help it along a ways.
But what if a young lady really does want to fight? Doesn't she deserve a proper set of armor?
Looking good and knowing what you want. It's the only way to get ahead in life.
I don't think I've heard a... How would you even say this word? Tennessean accent? Tennessean.
If you're cold, I'd be happy to give you this nice warm wool blanket.
Thank you, but this fur is just fine.
Yes, but...
Kind of like, because I don't know the region, but yeah, the Dolly Parton accent.
Don't you think that fur looks a little, you know, strange?
What do you mean?
Well, it's just... Oh, I don't know. It's not that chic.
But furs is so fluffy and warm, and I really don't care what those crazy animal protection people say.
Oh, it's not that. It's fashion. In Seastone, the ladies there use wool blankets. Lovely.
Are you kidding? Oh, I just remembered. Vladdy, in one of his letters, once described wolves as his children.
Droll, that's what it is.
Well,
I
in
couldn't
that
remember
case,
the word.
you really don't want to be caught with a wolf's skin, do you? And it just so happens I have a really beautiful wool blanket on offer today.
Much better.
Hell yeah. Yeah. So we got a wolf skin. We've got one wolf skin. Oh, the Hawk Tour girl. Yeah. I saw something about her dad being attacked for that.
Hello.
What?
I think there might be a way to let the Count know that you're here.
Oh, really?
All I need is a little silver.
For what?
I'm going to send him light signals. Morse code, you know? If I had a really, really good mirror, then the moonlight would be enough for that. And as everyone knows, nothing reflects moonlight better than silver.
Of course. You're always hearing people say the silver moon and stuff like that.
That's right. I would melt the silver and vapor deposit it onto a piece of glass.
Smart boy. So how much silver do you need?
About the same amount as a silver crossbow bolt.
Well, if everything goes to plan, then I'll soon have coffers full of the stuff.
Yay.
Let me know when you're ready. It's important.
I have to go. Save my friends. See you.
A hot cocoa. That'd do fine.
Oh, Steve. You know those little coffee sachets you can get? Like the Nescafe stick coffees?
Oh, yeah.
Milo just released a mocha version of that, so it's Milo and coffee. So I saw it on the shelf and I thought I'd give it a shot. It's not bad as a quick pinch.
That's interesting.
Hello.
Oh, Ghost. What was that all about?
I thought a little joke might lighten the atmosphere around here.
Don't joke about ghosts.
Look, a wolf skin.
You still need 9 more.
You didn't even look at it.
It was a wolf skin. You're missing 9.
I wonder if we can steal that same one back.
Do you really need 9 more skins? I mean, you weren't even interested in the first one.
The quest is 10 wolf skins for a light crossbow. 1 skin has been handed over. 9 are still needed. If it'll make it more fun for you, I can think up a story about why I need them.
You don't happen to sell wolf skins, do you?
Oh, sure. Yes, 1 wolf skin for...
I think I've got an
3
idea.
harpy feathers.
Forget it.
This could be real silly, but I'm going to try something.
See you again sometime.
I hope so.
Using adventure
Really
game logic,
do.
of course. Because I saw these boards before. If we use the axe on the boards...
This might prove useful. I can't see anything. The wolf skin is lying right in front of the hole.
Yeah. This is great.
Got it.
Is it gonna make me do this 9 times though?
I was thinking of once you do it a couple of times, it'd probably just go. Well, we kept doing it. Like,
I've got
fade
another
in,
wolf
fade
skin
out.
for you. Different one.
Hopefully.
Oh, fantastic! You just need 8 more.
But of course. Back in a minute.
Please have a time pass. Yeah.
That makes 10.
Lovely.
So, did you gain experience while completing the quest?
Yeah. No one likes a generic collect quest.
That kills time. Isn't that the point?
I never really thought of the reason for those kind of
music
quests, but I
crossbow.
guess it does pad out a game a bit.
Yeah, it is.
Ah, very nice. Now I finally got everything I need to go deeper into the woods.
Not yet. We need that
Wish me
silver bolt.
Oh, I do. And you'll need it.
That's the weird thing where, like, despite how entertaining a game is, if someone finishes it in, 3 hours, they'll go, like, that was only 3 hours. But it means that they're padded with pointless bullshit. That's not fun.
Yeah, a nice tight 3-hour game is always better than, say, a 12-hour game with heaps of padding.
But then a lot of
Goblet
people
Zone
will
was
just
full to
then
the brim
complain
with
about it being
silver
3
jewelry.
hours.
Didn't look much to begin with.
Yeah, you sort of have to
Kind of like
show it up
remember,
front.
like, yeah, it's kind of like when Men in Black came out. A lot of people were complaining about it being too short. And it's like, if there's anything else in it, it'd be like detrimental to the whole movie.
Devan, funny you should say that. Friend of the stream. Let me see. Is she streaming at the moment? 1 second. There's the Crimson Diamond that came out. I'm gonna link it in chat because she just released it. One moment, please. Copy URL. Exactly, Tongs. There we go. This was released a few days ago. Exactly what it's the text passing language for sure. All right, back to it. So, if we go over here,
I think because there was one coming out. I think I saw one recently, a modern one where you walk around and but it's also got text. You write in text.
as in modern graphics
like-
and that.
Yeah, like
That's
it was like
cool.
a game obviously made within the last 5 years or something like that.
I'd like to see that.
I thought someone was streaming
really
it.
high temperatures. The fire would be a much better bet for that.
Yeah, otherwise, yeah, that was the old Sierra game pattern.
Let's see what happens. Ah, hot.
Oh,
In
how are we going
fact,
to get it
it's
out?
hot enough to melt the silver in the goblet.
Can we pick it up? Yeah.
That's definitely not going to work. The clay is pretty moist and the hot silver would make the water evaporate pretty explosively. I'm still a gnome, and by our very nature, we gnomes know about vaporous explosivisions.
Explosive visions. Okay, so we need that. Looks like we need that. How are we going to get that out of the fire? Because if we can use the coal on the brick
I'd better not put the impression into my pocket. It could get distorted.
to absorb
But I
all
could
the.
use it here in the area if I'm very careful.
It's always good when text passes recognize like swear words and things like that.
Yeah, and so they put up a message like wash your mouth out or something like that.
I don't think that the open fire would be suitable for firing clay. It's too hot. Yeah, the water in the clay would evaporate too quickly and deform it. touch hot coals with my bare hands? I'd need a really, really good reason to do that. Thanks to Nate, the old clay press is once again fully functional. I wonder if I could press the sand into some kind of brick. It's dry, and that might prevent it from sticking together very well. It worked! The sand has formed a pretty solid block. Just the same, I'd better leave it in the press so that it doesn't fall apart.
Interesting. So the sand is in there. What do we need that for? Can we... No. Can we...
A very good mold of the boat. I can't see any difference from the original. This is the moment of truth.
Okay, so what the hell was the clay
Nate,
used for
can
then?
you carefully pour the molten silver into the sand mold without burning your robot hand thing? Be careful. Very, very careful. Brilliant. Well done.
Okay.
There was just enough silver. The mold in the sand is filled to the brim and it's starting to cool. Now we wait.
That's an epic.
It looks exactly like the iron bolt, only this one will be able to inflict some damage on a werewolf as well.
Nice.
Now I finally got everything I need to go deeper into the woods. Wish me luck.
Take care, Wilbur, and shout if you need any help.
Nitpick a little, the bolt would still be blunt. You'd have to put it in a mold and then grind it down afterwards to have a fine edge to it.
What the... I just don't know what the loam... Is this just a red herring?
Hi. Rabbit sees later.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Okay then.
Oh, what?
Permanent imprint of the crossbow bolt.
Didn't do this before.
That's the water from the clay. The block was pretty damp. The block was distorted, and, if my eyes don't deceive me, it's also shrunk by at least a third of its original size.
Okay. Where is the... I can't see it.
I can't do anything with this impression of the bolt. Now it's smaller than it should be and crooked and wonky to boot. Shame.
It was a red herring, like it's supposed to make you think you're close and then suddenly pulls it out from under you.
Oh, but we did it the right way first, yeah.
Yeah.
We are kind of a wizard hobbit. We're a wizard gnome from Wales.
I mean, technically not in the game, but practically he's a hobbit. Come on.
He's wearing shoes though, Steve.
Whew. Okay. Time to hunt me a
I could
werewolf.
never be a hobbit. Like, hanging around with people with bare feet all day would give me
Right,
anxiety.
yeah, and hairy feet, no less, like with hair on the
No!
top.
Be gone, you beast! That was pretty easy. Everything okay?
Absolutely not, Psycho.
I drove it away,
Bug hunter.
and I thought that I
Achievement.
hadn't hit it.
She surprised me. I
Uh-oh.
hate spiders.
Everything's fine. The danger's past. At least as long as the werewolf doesn't...
That's a were rat. Hang on, what? Timmy, what are you looking like that for?
Don't!
Oh,
Are you crazy? I would have got him.
there's a lady.
That was my friend Timmy. He isn't a werewolf, he's a were-rat.
Did you know about it?
Hello.
He was often ill. Baltimore.
Someone new is following you.
Polly, thanks for the follow.
Once a month? During a full moon?
Remy never told me how Timmy's parents died. It could have been a werewolf.
He was a were-rat all this
Dangerous
time.
beasts. Nothing but anger, hate, and muscle. Also fur. Your friend shouldn't have kept it a secret from you. He would have ripped you to pieces if he'd had half the chance.
Timmy was sleeping in Esther's jacket pocket when we arrived in the dark woods. He didn't know it was always night with a full moon here. And out there in the real world, it was another 2 weeks before the full moon.
Perhaps it's not his fault, but he's dangerous. If he attacks me, I'll defend myself.
I'll find a way to break the werewolf's curse.
That's cool.
Maybe there's a library with magic books up at the castle. The sorcerer might have been interested in werewolves. Or maybe the Count knows something. He seems very fond of wolves.
Good luck with that. As far as I know, only a shot to the head with a silver bolt can break the curse.
It won't come to that. We'll look for Esther in the heart of the wood, and I'll take care of Timmy.
As long as he doesn't take care of us first.
David the Gnome. I know of it. We didn't really have it on TV here, I don't think, though. But I think we had a book about David the Gnome. He had a friend in high school that also hated feet. Friends would always accost her with them when she was driving. It's a bad idea.
Yeah, that's shit. It's one of those things that, people don't think properly.
What do you mean, a girl like me?
Most gnome girls I know wouldn't choose such a dangerous career.
Yeah? Well, they'd rather be engineers, mechanics, or technicians. But what if I'm not interested in all that girly stuff?
Totally with you there. That's why I became a mage.
Well then, can't you just conjure something up and poof, the evil's gone?
No, I'm not a mage anymore.
Oh, I think it's good that you at least gave it a try.
And you? You always wanted to be a bounty hunter and simply followed your dream?
I wanted to help my clan. I didn't want to stand by and watch as I earn gold. We need it.
And once you have the gold?
Oh, Jesus.
We'll see. Go back home. Maybe I'll find myself a handsome gnome.
Won't you miss the adventure?
Nearly being eaten by spiders? No, not particularly.
Driving while high is just ridiculous. Like, I think back to Amsterdam and the state that I was in. Like, that would just be certain death.
We should continue on together and watch each other's backs.
Perhaps that isn't the worst idea.
Oh, do we get her as a
I've got
character?
a good sense of orientation, but in these strange woods.
I've got an idea how to find the heart. I'll need a device from the mayor for it, though.
Then I suggest you go and get the device and I'll hold the fort. But not here near the spiders.
Okay, shouldn't take too long.
By the way, my name is Lizzie Pebblebrook. My friends call
Tin
me
Lizzie.
Tin Lizzie because, well, it's quite obvious,
That's
really.
funny. Oh, actually, maybe we can speak to her first.
Lizzie's very
I was just
brave.
looking.
I'm sure that episode of the spider was just a little slip. She didn't hesitate for a second when I suggested that we find the heart together.
Ooh la la, they're gonna
I'm
fall
not
in
sure what
love.
to ask.
Mm.
I think I'll simply gaze at her for a while. I'm going to concentrate on the task at hand.
Finally gonna get his end away.
His end away? What does that mean? Oh,
When a man loves a woman and a woman loves a man.
I just got a Get Lost in the Woods achievement for some reason. I know where I'm going. Okay, we'll go this way. Then we go down. That should take us out. See? Look at that. No lost in the woods. Alright.
There was nothing wrong with my dramatic rendition of a ghost. The fact that the mayor didn't think it was a real ghost must have been costume related.
I wonder where the Headless Horseman is. Oh, you know what? Maybe we can...
Gulliver!
Hello, voice line.
Still no trace of Esther, but as far as Timmy goes, there have been developments. I dressed up as a ghost, but even though I was totally convincing, that stupid mayor recognized me right away. It was mainly my feet that gave me away.
Then let's use my head to play the ghost.
Hang on. You can't float.
Turn
though.
me into a ghost.
I mean, sure, I'll turn you into a ghost, but...
Wilbur, did you find the heart of the wood with the PKE?
Not yet. Right! Let's do some haunting.
How are we going to do that? Should I roll into the shop?
I could carry you.
A ghost that needs to be carried is no more frightening than a ghost with feet.
That's true.
That was scary. But I think you're probably right. That werewolf you saw, I think it was Timmy.
Timmy? What are you saying?
I met him in the woods. He's a were rat.
You mean Timmy's been bitten by a werewolf?
Not tonight. Presumably some time ago. He was in Esther's coat pocket when we got to the dark woods. It's always night here, and always a full moon.
And when my fluffy kitten was frightened by the paladin?
He must have fallen out of the pocket. He saw the full moon, and poof, changed.
And you said it's always a full moon here.
Ah, that's right. We have to find a way to lift the curse. Or we have to somehow get Timmy out of the dark woods. Right then. Hold the fort.
We're here if you need us.
You know, where I'm up to in Wukong, Monkey, it's a rat area, so all the enemies I'm fighting are rat men, which is pretty cool.
Here's a white sheet to start with.
And? Scary?
Sort of.
I've got an idea. Where's a fluffy kitten? I like fluffy kittens.
I can reach the knot with a stick, no problem. I just can't undo it.
Can we use the axe?
If you can't undo a knot, then you can at least cut it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. The only thing more useful than a bit of string and a long stick is a long stick with a bit of string attached.
True.
Fishing rods offer the best of both worlds, and one can do practically anything with them. Like, well, fishing, for example.
Alright, now if we go back...
You also went through that whole rigmarole to cast a silver bolt only to shoot a spider.
Yeah, which we could have used the iron bolt
No,
for.
bolt, yeah.
I've come up with an idea on how we can get you to fly.
Really?
Yes. I don't want to go into detail, but let's just say there is something to do with this homemade fishing rod.
I see. Tie it up.
What are we tying it to?
Oh, the head, so that we can make him float.
Done.
Yeah, but like The hair? I don't know.
What do you think, Gulliver? Is it time to give the mayor a bit of a fright?
We can at least give it a go.
Because the silver bolt was still technically needed to give him the confidence to go in, but...
That's true. That's so dodgy.
Oh, yeah, a flying ghost this time. Well, very nice. Yeah. He doesn't look very scary.
But he can speak. Whoa!
Oh, yeah, nice effect. But I've already seen ventriloquists at the fun fair.
He's going to take off the sheet and the guy's going to be horrified by the floating head.
Yeah.
By the zombie head, not...
But everything usually startles him.
He didn't seem scared this time. Don't let your head drop. We'll think of something and try again.
Then we'll just have to make the costume even spookier. Gulliver, I'm just thinking if we could get our ghosts to glow using a couple of hot pieces of coal.
What? Okay.
How about glowing eyes? That would be even scarier.
But then, what about
Great
your
idea.
eyes?
Then all we need is some kind of holder for them. And we'll need to be very careful. Those coals are very hot.
Oh, right. Here, hold these. Don't lose them.
Yeah.
Nate, give me 2 pieces of coal. Red glowing ones from down at the bottom, if possible.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
And? How do I look?
That is really spooky. And also just a touch revolting.
That's how it should be.
Alright, let's go haunting.
Gulliver,
Yes?
this time we'll do it.
Let's spook! Oh, whoa! Ooh, whoa!
Wow. Oh, that looks really scary. Well done.
Aha! Then you should use your PKE and see what it says.
I don't need it. I know there's nothing supernatural at work here.
How do you know that?
Well, for one, I can see the string you're using to hold up the ball or whatever it is. And I can see you. I'm even speaking to you.
Ah, okay. I'll give you that one.
Wilbur?
But the eyes look great. And the voice is good too.
Oh, it's gonna
How'd you
burn.
manage to make it sound as if it came from the ghost?
Why do I smell burning?
That voice isn't coming from me. It's coming from...
Fire! Fire! Ah! Ah! Wilbur, where are you? Ah! Ow! What the devil is going on here? Where is everyone?
Hang on,
What is that?
Did his skin burn off, or was he always a skull with hair?
Rubber ball has changed itself into an evil skull.
Right. I'm an evil, terrible, demonic skull. Fear me.
But
Oh,
I'm not getting
Devan,
any sign of
you know
supernatural
it.
activity.
Oh, that's because us evil demons have learned how to haunt without being recognized.
That's not possible.
But there's more. Get the man with the PKE, the Heart of the Wood said.
No.
We shall return.
That was unexpected.
We're doomed.
No, I'll find the Heart of the Wood and put an end to this. Have no fear. See? See you later.
Wilbur, well, how do you think we did? From what I saw up there, he almost wet himself.
And that would have made me feel even more guilty. I wish we didn't have to scare him that badly.
All for a good cause. If you can track the Heart of the Wood with the PKE and destroy it, then you'll actually be helping him. Here, catch.
If I use it in the woods, it'll show me the way to the heart.
Ghostbuster achievement.
Try it out, and good luck.
Oh, we got to give him his eyes back. We don't need these eyes.
Here are your eyes.
Ah, very good. Some of my best. Esther says the left one is the most handsome one I have.
The fiancé of the young lady in the woods now lives in old Van Buren's castle. He's said to be a count. I hope he'll help me find the sorcerer's magic book. Look what I've got here.
What is it?
What
this
is
device
this?
can tell us how close we're getting to a source of supernatural energy.
Genius! We just have to keep to the paths where the device reacts strongest.
That's right. Our senses can be fooled, but not good old gnome technology.
What do you mean?
I'll mark the route we follow so we can find it again later.
Let's go.
I think this thing is just leading us round in circles.
I don't believe it. Look. The heart of the woods.
Are you sure?
Pretty much, yep.
We have to be prepared for anything. Headless horsemen, paladins, witches, spiders. There could be a whole army waiting for us in there.
Ladies first?
Okay, so that's not working.
Whatever is living in the cave under the tree, it's killed off all the trees close by. Only the tree directly above the cave entrance is alive. Well, more or less. I've never seen such a gnarled, sickly tree before. Even Ivo's dad would have trouble getting that to blossom again. Well, okay then. I'll lead.
Who's this then?
Esther!
Well, 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 who have we here?
Oh, is that what's homunculus or whatever his name is? Just shapeshift?
This isn't possible.
Yeah, probably.
The Archmage is dead. Who are you?
Yes, I'm dead, thanks to you. If you weren't so incompetent and stupid, I'd still be alive.
Enough! You're not the Archmage.
Wilbur, how can you say such a thing?
I was your friend, and you didn't prevent my death.
Who are you really?
Silence!
Oh.
Archmage Alistair and Remy were my friends. I forbid you to pretend they're here.
Don't you understand, Wilbur? We relied on you and you have abused our trust. You disappointed us and you will disappoint Gulliver, Timmy and the others too. You're just a stupid little boy who makes everything worse.
Rubbish. Don't listen to him, Wilbur. No, a spider.
Yes! I will suck you dry.
Steve, clean thoughts.
Oh,
I know who you are.
that's who wants him, listen to say.
Sorcerer Van Buren never left this place, right? You're his ghost. Or you're the ghost of the wood woken by Van Buren.
Yes, I'm the ghost of the sorcerer, and I'm the ghost of the woods. You can't stop me.
You're both?
I'm much more. Fear me.
If we don't show fear like Pennywise, right?
You're always whatever we're most afraid of.
Yeah.
I'm death, disease, loss, failure, humiliation. The monster under the bed. The creature in the cupboard.
Lizzie's afraid of spiders. Esther of the Paladin who once chopped her head off. And me? I don't want to make any mistakes and cause anything nasty to happen to my friends.
Yeah.
But you can't prevent it. Neither of you will leave this game alive. And then I'll get your friends one by one.
And that little dog too.
Or it can be like Nightmare on Elm Street.
You
Like,
aren't real. Arrows
take
and
back
bolts
all
just
the
fly
power
straight
I've
through you.
given you.
Nothing can harm me. You're lost desperately.
You only have power if we give it to you, right?
No, I am real. I will kill your friend.
Yeah? Go on then.
I will sink my fangs into your skull.
No, you won't. The spider isn't real, Lizzie.
I am. Fear is real.
It can only paralyze us if we let it. Why are you backing off? Are you gonna bite her or what?
Yes. Why should I be scared of you if you can't do anything to me?
But what if I can? You can't be sure.
I'll take the risk.
You can't destroy me. I'm always here.
Oh, and the Headless Horseman.
We can control
Yeah,
you.
like that's why the creatures change every time. Like, so I was thinking there's almost like one of each type of like
Everything okay?
monster, but it's because it's just
I'm
fear in
alright
general.
now.
Oh, lots of shit to look at.
A man waving at the observer in a friendly manner. He's wearing a name tag. Looks like his name is Claus. I don't get it. Even though I spent quite a bit of time in Seastone, I don't know much about fish. I'm a child of the mountains. I'm pretty sure that this must be a dolphin, though, as it wants to play with a swimmer. A picture of a clown. Funny.
I reckon that's an It reference for sure.
Yeah, I wonder what the other two are.
Jaws? And I don't know what Claws is.
Yeah, Jaws, because I was trying to think of like Flipper or something, but there's nothing specific enough. Claus sounds like Santa Claus, but there's no extra thing to that to say.
All sorts of small stuff and a few pieces of clothing, too. Yes, this thing fed off its victims' fear. It made them ill, perhaps even drove them mad. They were no longer able to think of anything else, didn't eat, and no one in the town knew what had happened.
Ah, that means that guy's all alone.
Flute, shoes,
Yeah.
scarves, and there's a hair clip. Lots of little things, all mementos of the abducted villagers. I will talk to the mayor and offer to bring everything back to the village once I've freed Timmy from the curse and found the sorcerer's book. Esther hasn't made a sound yet. I hope she's all right. And I hope she can walk. It'll be a long walk back if I have to carry her. Esther, how are you doing?
He's going to cut my head off, and then I won't be able to look after Gulliver and Nate anymore.
Don't worry, Esther. That thing is gone. It can't hurt you now.
The Paladin, he wants to chop my head off. Who's
Uh-huh,
going to
that's why
take
it's a
care of
paladin
both my
too.
boys then?
There is no paladin anymore, and there never was one in the first place. It was a kind of apparition sent to scare you.
No, I definitely saw him. He is out to get my family.
But damn it, Esther.
Gulliver and Nate are fine. They're both waiting for you at the campfire.
Yes, for now. But the Paladin wants to chop my head off. And who'll take care of them if that happens?
Was it The Simpsons when Ned Flanders was going crazy or whatever, and Homer slaps him in the face and says, "Snap out of it," and then Ned is like, "Oh, thank you, Homer," and then Homer just slaps him again to snap him out of it. I think that's what it's from, right?
Vague memories of it.
Look at me, Esther. There's
Psyche
no
will
one
know.
here who wants to do you any harm. The ghost has disappeared.
He has gone?
It's gone, and it won't come back as long as you don't let it.
He said that he was going to get Nate. As soon as he has chopped my head off, he was going to get my little boy.
It won't come to that. I'll explain, but not here. Let's join Nate and Gulliver by the nice warm fire, okay?
Yes, yes. Oh, thank you, Wilbur.
Yay! Yeah, that's a good one too.
Pretty scary, eh?
Ooh, too right. What do you think it was?
A demon? A ghost? Some headless creature that only becomes powerful when we give it power? I believe that after the sorcerer died, the people in the village were so afraid something terrible would happen that this is exactly what did happen.
And if they hadn't been so afraid, they could all still be here.
My uncle was always afraid of becoming ill. That made him ill. And if you're afraid of dying, it can make you forget how to live. You know what I mean?
You're quite the philosopher, Wilbur Weathervane.
I've just been thinking a lot how it's better to do things and maybe fail than not to do things because you're too scared to fail. What are you going to do once this is over? Will you help me find the sorcerer's book?
That's your adventure. I've my own.
Oh, actually, I think we're a good match. Well, as partners, I mean. You know, as partners in adventure. Adventuring partners.
Oh, I think so too. Seastone in spring is supposed to be worth a visit.
Ooh la la.
Yeah, about that. At the moment, it's a police state run by a complete nutcase.
That could be lovely. It just depends on who you're with.
As soon as she takes Gulliver and Nate into her arms and knows that everything is okay, she'll forget this cave in no time.
Alright, I guess we just leave.
I know two people who are longing to see you, Esther.
And I know someone who owes us a sack of gold.
Come on, let's go.
So, there was never a curse?
That's right. No curse, no real threat.
What about the Dracula, though?
Only fear made it become a reality.
Oh, then I'll try to be more open-minded in the future and not always assume the worst.
She did mention that it was the
Start
opposite
by welcoming
direction.
my zombie friends into your village.
We'll see. At least I'll talk to them.
That would be good.
There might be an actual Dracula in the opposite direction.
If my memory serves me right, you promised a sack full of gold to the person who hunted down the Headless Horseman.
Of course, and you have earned it.
At least he gives it to
We
us.
earned it. You get half of this, Lizzie.
That won't be necessary.
Oh,
See you around.
Oh.
Who was going to get nuts deep in some guts?
Oh.
She just never mind.
That would usually be. That's only. I only say that because we've been watching In Betweeners. That's like too filthy for me to remember and say. But we've been watching In Betweeners recently, and that was the foulest comment that we've seen so far.
Steve is such a filth bag.
Why did fear show itself to you in the form of a Headless Horseman?
Oh, my grandfather always used to tell me a story about a headless horseman. I was terribly scared of it, but it was still my favourite story.
And if there's enough hysteria, you'll believe anything. Even that ghost stories are real.
I mean, I've said this before, but I don't believe in ghosts, but I reserve about 3% of my brain to suspend disbelief just to get the excitement from ghost stories.
Oh yeah, I think there's a difference between believing ghosts and liking ghost stories.
Yeah.
So I don't mind
Now
them.
you know
They're-
how to defend
like,
yourself
I mean,
against the curse.
enjoy
Could
them
you
as
please
well.
show me the way to the old Van Buren Castle?
Oh, yeah, of course. You and the enchanting young lady.
Huh, and about time too.
About
I
time
better draw
too.
myself a good map. I'm sure I'll be going back and forth between the castle and the village a few more times.
Ah, okay.
My friends are here and Timmy is still somewhere in the woods.
Fine. Let's go.
Let's go.
Come here!
I drew my path on the map very carefully. This way, we can always return to the village if necessary.
No need. I'll only leave the castle one more time. With a few crates of gold.
That's Cowbolt makes me laugh.
This place sucks, don't you think?
The castle will blossom in your presence, just like me.
You?
Laddie!
My moonshine.
You won't believe what I've been through. I need a bath this instant.
But of course, my love. Then perhaps a light dinner, and then let's just see what the evening holds in store.
A rootin' and a tootin'.
Are you her
You
servant?
need a sedative.
No,
You can be my servant. My Igor died years ago. For good this time.
Actually, I wanted to...
Wipe your shoes, or you'll have to clean everything again.
Shoes on in the house.
Here we go again.
Alrighty, I reckon that is the perfect opportunity to call it there. We have made good progress. Lad's gonna impale her. There we go. A beauty. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for joining. Apologies for the OBS issues at the very start, but we did restart the stream and it was flawless after that, so that worked good. Alrighty, let us see if there is anyone on that we can... I mean, Robot Spacer is now streaming. He was in here for a bit earlier, so we'll send you across to him to share the love. Robot. Oh, little ramen click. She's so cute. Alright, locking you guys in the raid cannon, ready to shoot you off into the atmosphere. Make sure you enjoy yourself this weekend. Have something delicious, pizza or burgers or a brewski, whatever you find that you love. Maybe some tacos. How about some tacos this weekend? That sounds pretty good. But we will catch you next time. Have a feeling that next episode will be the last one of this game. But who do I know? It just feels like the halfway point of a chapter. Could be wrong. We'll see how we go. But yeah, toodaloo, folks.